Gutfeld presents another Vegas story. What the hell just happened, and whatever it was, what the hell was that?
Yeah, he flaunted his junk, putting gamblers in a funk. A 35-year-old tourist, aren't they all, was arrested after bizarre nude escapade at Harris Casino on Sunday. TMZ giving me the video, no doubt doing God's work. You see Brian, I don't know his name, I can't pronounce it, so moving on. Strolling along, but things took a turn for the worse when he hopped on a table. Roll it. And that was the roulette table. But who knows if his ball landed on red or black. Yeah. But here's where it really gets good. That is disgusting. I didn't even see that. Wow, that makes this joke a little bit more troubling. But trust me, it's nothing I haven't seen in the Fox and Friends green room. But security finally showed up and got him under control. Brian's family told the New York Post his behavior was completely out of character. Someone had spiked his drink with a hallucinogenic drug at a bachelor party earlier that night, which explains his altered state of mind. Apparently, he doesn't remember a thing that happened. His wife is 33 weeks pregnant, says they're good people, and her husband's a great person, and he would never act in such a way. And that he's the victim. They just bought a home together. Brian, a computer program, was still busted for disorderly conduct and 5 counts of indecent exposure. He was also slapped with a battery charge for allegedly slugging a one-legged man. Probably for putting his remaining foot down. But the question remains, why would a normal male decide to ruin his life? Is it obviously a case of being drugged? We go to our experienced expert on the unique effects of illicit substances.
Not me.
Yeah.
No.
Kaylee, I'm so interested in this story because I think that, like, we hear of people getting drugged and turning into something that they're not. His friends say that he was claiming that he was feeling unusual and after having a drink. What do you believe? Do you believe that this is just like a crime that happened to him, not a crime he committed?
Well, first, I believe I've been defamed as a sports bettor and a drug connoisseur, so take it back. I've thought deeply about this story. It is very peculiar. And apparently, he said he was just sitting around talking about homeowners insurance.
Right.
And then someone comes to him with a drink, and it was a pretty innocuous drink, seemingly.
Yes.
And then 10 to 15 minutes later, he gets paranoid, runs out, and does this?
Yes.
I'm sorry. Something doesn't add up. I'm just glad it's Long Island man and not Florida man, so I don't have to claim this individual.
Yes. You know, I'd like to give a shout out to our blurrer.
That was good blurring.
Had a very busy week. Blurring a lot of things. Imagine what those nightmares are like, Kat, being the blurrer. The things that they see they can't talk about, the problems they bring home to their family. I don't want to talk about it. And his wife is blurred. Look at me for once, she yells. You can't see anything. Okay, the expert here, she didn't give an answer. That guy's dancing. Can you be spiked with an illicit substance and still dance like that? That's what I'm wondering.
I think it's the only explanation for dancing like that.
Yeah.
Like, that's the alcohol. It's like, oh, he got too drunk. He seems to be possessed by something. I'm completely on his side because regardless of any dispute about whether he was drugged or not, there's no dispute that that's absolutely what you should say.
Yeah.
You know, I see
These are smart people. These are smart people. These are good people. And his wife this is relationship goals.
Yes.
She's pregnant. She's not mad at all. She's like, it is horrible what someone did to my husband. Anyone who's just mad about this is mad they don't have that kind of relationship at home. I mean, screw all these like YouTubers or like, look at our happy relationship. No, this right here is the relationship we should all strive to have.
Absolutely.
This baby is the luckiest baby in the world.
I take a completely different tact on this. When you go to Vegas, all the casinos look the same. This one was Harrods, I think. They're all the same. Now, how do you differentiate yourself? You get performance artists. That's what he is. And now, if I knew I could see that guy perform every night at, let's say, 8 o'clock.
You can at my place.
I'm telling you. And, you know, there's no reason for him to get arrested. That is a performance. That's what it is. It's eclectic, it's art, and it's at this particular casino every night at 8 o'clock. They'll get thousands more people streaming in there. That's marketing.
That's marketing. That's it. And you would invest in that kind of
I'm going to invest right now. Who is this guy?
Casino / exhibition. You know, Lee, do you have a law degree?
I do.
Oh, I knew you were a lawyer. Okay. Have you ever heard of the Gutfeld theory of insane exoneration? That if you commit a crime, you do it with such absurdity that the only excuse could be insanity. So if I were to mug you, which you'd probably beat me up, but let's say you're asleep, and I mug you, but then I would draw all over you, and then I would spend all the money on, like, Furbies. Then you go, oh, he's not guilty by insanity. Is this guy, like, is he insane? What would you do if you were defending him?
Well, first off, there was a whole block on this on studying for the bar exam, your theory. And I feel like I'm an expert, but not as much of an expert as you. I would say that there has to be some level of, I don't know if insanity is the right word, but I believe the theory that there's something in his system making him act like this. I love how the saying has withstood the test of time, by the way. What happens in Vegas ends up on Gutfeld.
Yeah.
This is so appropriate that we're talking about it.
People underestimate the effects of, like, substances. I always go back to that guy on the plane in Connecticut, and he ended up defecating on the drink cart.
Oh, God.
And he was an MD. He was a nice guy, and but he had, like, some kind of pill, and he went up in it and lost his mind. I think we all should just say a prayer for people who defecate on drink carts.
Yikes.
All right, I don't know why I brought that up. Don't look at me like I've got a problem.
I know you can't help yourself.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.